So you can scoot forward so that your feet are flat, and instead of sitting back against the back of the chair, your spine is upright. And either relax your hands in your lap or down by your sides. And close your eyes or take a soft gaze. We'll start to slow down the breath. And these first few moments of class can be a time to down-regulate, to slow down internally. Switching from busy, planning, doing mode to a much slower feeling what's happening in your body. And this practice will include some doing. We'll be moving, stretching. But perhaps slowing down, inserting a little space between what we feel and then what we might do about it. So instead of habitual reactivity, we're choosing each moment. So even here, you might choose to sit a little bit taller. Feel the top of the head lengthening up towards the ceiling. Keeping all that length, see if you might relax a little more, letting your shoulders drop, letting the muscles of your face relax. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout your practice. So let's start with a gentle twist. We'll bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg, and then your right hand reach around behind you, holding somewhere on the chair, wherever you can comfortably reach. As you inhale, sit even taller. As you exhale, try rotating, looking back over your shoulder, looking as far back behind you as you can. Try and keep both knees pointing straight ahead. Each inhale, even taller. Each exhale, twist a little bit more. Now keep twisting in this direction, but turn your head the opposite way, looking over the other shoulder like you're wringing out your spine. And then release and switch. Right hand to the outside of your left leg, left hand to the floor, to the chair somewhere behind you. Inhale, sit taller. Exhale, rotate more. And breath by breath, see what's possible. Keep twisting in this direction, but then turn your head the other way, looking over your opposite shoulder, wringing out. And then release back around to the front. Let's interlace fingers in front, and then put some pressure between your arms like you're trying to pull them apart. So that can help wake up the upper back, between the shoulder blades. You might even feel your rib cage spreading. Each time you inhale, think about the ribs opening, stretching those little muscles between the ribs, the intercostals. And then release. Let's reach arms out to the side and then flex your fingers up towards the ceiling. Push out through the base of your hand. And notice how your rib cage is. See if you can bring everything into alignment so your spine is nice and long. Feel your sit bones into the chair, top of the head lifting up. Fingers pulling back as much as you can. And then curl from fingertips down and in, stretching the forearms, reaching out. One more time, flex fingers up. And then curl fingers down and in. Keep reaching out and then circle your wrists, couple big circles, flexing and stretching all those little muscles of the forearms. Forearms and wrists can get really overworked with a lot of computer work, writing, working with your hands. So working that out, some big circles. And then release. Let's interlace fingers and just move the wrists around. You can try different patterns. Give it a little shake out, shaking your wrists, shaking all the muscles of your arms. Sitting tall again. Let's drop the right ear over to right shoulder and then press down through your left shoulder, left fingers to look for a stretch on left side of the neck. Make sure you're not lifting your right shoulder to meet your ear. Both shoulders are dropping. And then rotate your chin to your chest. Come over to the other side. Both shoulders drop, and now even more through the right side. Looking for a stretch there. You might reach your right fingers down. Check that your left shoulder's not lifting. Both shoulders drop. And then rotate your chin to your chest. Come back to the first side and go back and forth a few times. Half circles, side to side. See if you can follow the feeling of the stretch from the side of the neck as it moves across the back of the neck, all the way over to the other side. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. And let's interlace fingers behind the head and let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of your neck. You don't need to pull on your head, but just let the weight of your arms drop. And then release the arms down. Head floats back up. Let's lift the shoulders up and then roll them back and down. Do this a few times. Shoulders up and back and down. One more. Now bring your hands to your shoulders and circle your elbows up and back and down a couple times. Way up and back and down. One more. Good. Bring your arms out and then turn one shoulder down. So you kind of rotate the palm to face up and then go the other way. So you're kind of rinsing out the shoulders one way and then the other way. See if you can get your palms to flip all the way up and all the way down. Go back and forth a few times. And then release. Kind of shake that out again. So let's take the right arm up. We'll bend it straight back on itself and then grab your elbow and take it back. As you do this, drop the rib cage. So one way to avoid a tightness at the shoulder is to let the ribs jut out. So instead of doing that, drop the ribs down. So your hand is pulling the elbow back and the connection at the shoulder is being dropped by dropping the rib cage. And then release, right arm up, open it out, take it across and then hook with the other arm, hugging it in as close as you can. As you do this, draw back through your right shoulder so you're still square across your chest, still sitting nice and tall. And then release. Right arm out. Now rotate your thumb to point down and bring it around behind your back. See if you can bring it all the way around so the back of the hand is at your waist on the other side. You can reach for your hand, linking fingers. Pull your knuckles around towards the front. And yours doesn't have to be as far as mine is, just working with your body. Knuckles towards the front, elbows towards one another. They're most likely not going to touch. You're just going towards in order to find a place that may be pretty tight. And then work that out with a few circles. Circle your right shoulder back. And then keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back. Open up the chest. You're welcome to stay upright or fold. And folding maybe just dropping your head slightly, or you might come all the way over your lap. And you might reach your arms up and back away from you. Don't force anything, just go to your limits. And then release, come up. Same thing, other side. Left arm comes up, bend it straight back on itself. Grab your elbow. And then take it back, finding your limit. Notice if you start to lift the ribcage, if so, drop it. And you can just feel around within the pose. So each shape is highlighting different sensations in your body, giving you a chance to know your body better. And you don't need to be an expert on anatomy or know the words for what you're experiencing, but just being curious. What am I noticing in my body here now? Let's release. Left arm up. Open it out. Take it across. Hook with the other arm and hug it in. And in general, what we're doing is feeling, and instead of moving away from what's tight, we're actually gently, carefully moving towards it so that what's tight doesn't just keep getting tighter. And this takes some patience and compassion. It's very normal to want to avoid discomfort. So we want to go in very carefully, paying very close attention, go right up to those tight places, not beyond our limits, but right up to them. And then release. Left arm out, rotate your thumb to point down, wrap it around behind your back. This time when you go to interlace your fingers, notice which thumb is on top. See if you can do the other way, the way you don't normally cross. It may feel a little awkward, like someone else is holding your hand. Elbows go towards one another, and then circle your left shoulder. So we all have the movement of our day-to-day activity, and then there's the full range of movement that you may not get to. So here we're trying to get to all of it. If it's creaky, that makes sense if you haven't moved it in a while. So we still want to go in there and move it carefully, slowly. Reach both arms back, open up the chest. And then fold forward any amount. Maybe just dropping your head, maybe coming part way or all the way over your lap, maybe reaching arms up and back away from you. And then release. Okay, let's take a big side stretch. We're going to bring the right arm all the way up and over. And you can lean onto your left hand or elbow, use the chair in whatever way makes sense. But try not to tip over. You want to keep both sit bones grounded. Reach out long. And then circle your arm back behind you. So you're opening your shoulder and chest. We'll take a couple of big circles. One more. And then release, come upright. Just notice the difference on the two sides. And then we'll take the left arm up and over. Big reach out like a yawn. And then circle your left arm back behind you as far back as you can. One more big circle. Good. Let's take a hip stretch next. So we're going to cross the right ankle above the left knee. You want to have your left leg so that your ankle is under your knee, is in line with your hip, so that's parallel. And then this right knee may be high. Work it towards the floor, opening it up, looking for a stretch on the right outer hip. And to deepen that stretch, we're going to lengthen our spines and then lean forward with a flat back. We're going towards a flat back. And depending on how tight your hips are, you may or may not fold very far. So just work with your body where it is. If you come down low enough, it may make more sense to lean into your elbows. Keep going towards a flat back, towards folding, and looking for a stretch on the right outer hip. Let's go ahead and sit tall. Extend the right leg forward and flex and point your foot a few times. Go to a deep flex, a full point. You can hold your leg as high or low as you need to. If you want to work a little strength through the quad, take it higher. If you want to make it more gentle, take it lower. And then big circles. Get out all those clicks. Go in both directions. And then release. Same thing other side. So supporting leg is parallel, knee in line with hip, ankle underneath that. Now left ankle above the right knee. Lengthen and fold, meeting your edge wherever it is. You don't need to be able to fold more than you can fold. This isn't about creating a certain shape or getting somewhere, but exploring your body. So finding your edge, your stretch, where it is. And while you're at your edge, while you're feeling what this pose is presenting, can you keep relaxing your face, relaxing all the unnecessary effort? And then sit back, upright, extend that leg forward. You can choose the height you extend out, and then big flex, full point. Circle your ankles, slow, big circles. You're not skipping over anything, going in both directions. And then release. Okay, so let's take the hands into light fists, and we're just going to pat the legs, all the soft parts of the legs that you can reach, your calves, your thighs, your hips. Just very gently bringing a little awareness through touch. You can go gently on your belly and lower back. Maybe parts that you like a little more pressure. And then both arms, just a little gentle patting. If you're ever feeling sleepy and need to wake yourself up, this is a great one. I sometimes do this in the morning. Just a little patting touch, both arms. You can go gently on your chest and shoulders. And then use your fingertips to give your face and head a little wake up. Tapping the scalp, jaw, neck, just all the parts with a little gentle touch. And then go ahead and shake out your hands and arms. Let the muscles of your arms shake. And go ahead and sit back on your chair. We'll take a couple moments of just silence, stillness, and relaxation. You can rest your hands where they're comfortable in your lap. And either close your eyes or take a soft gaze. We might take a couple of extra deep exhales, just letting go of whatever excess effort is here, at least for these next few moments. Nothing to do. Just simply being, allowing yourself to relax.